In the 17th pasuk of chapter 21, Parshat Emor, Hashem tells Moshe to inform Aharon of the following: Ish mizarecha ledorotam asher yihye bo mum lo yikarev lehakriv lechem elokav, meaning, any man of your offspring throughout the generations in whom there will be a blemish shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. At first glance, these words appear to be troubling. After all, is it not Hashem who decides who will have a blemish and who will not? If so, how can he punish his own children for having such characteristics? This pasuk particularly disturbed me because outside of the realm of the Torah, I have always believed that the world is inherently unfair and that certain people are born with their own challenges and must deal with them. However, I also thought and continue to think that Hashem is compassionate and will not discriminate against people for the characteristics that he himself gave them. For example, if Hashem had created a person with an extreme inclination to eat non-kosher food, I believe that he would at least be more understanding of that person's struggles. The problem with the pasuk that I mentioned is that it does, in fact, discriminate against people, specifically Kohanim, who are born with physical defects. Until recently, I dismissed my philosophical question on this issue as something that could not be answered by a mere mortal like myself, but only by God. After more thought, I've come to realize that using the word punishment to characterize this pasuk is simply wrong. Rather, through this pasuk, Hashem is challenging those who he afflicted with physical defects to overcome these defects and heed his instructions. This is no different than when the Torah instructs us not to murder others. A person with an unusually short temper might complain by saying that they are unfairly positioned to violate this commandment. Nonetheless, we do not approve of this person's logic because one who really respects God will overcome his or her natural deficiencies. That is the message of this pasuk. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but those who truly love Hashem will not use their weakness as an excuse for violating the Torah. In fact, they will use their weaknesses as an opportunity to become closer to God. After all, the shorish of the word korban is kuf resh bet, which means to come close to something. A korban is just something that enables a person to come closer to God. For those who love Hashem, a physical or emotional defect can become a korban too. Shabbat Shalom.